This is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls running on the Xbox Ally X. This is going to be a quick video demonstrating how the game performs on the handheld. The game is currently in open beta, so if you don't happen to have time to check it out for yourself this weekend, this video should give you a good idea of what type of performance you can expect on the handheld. From my testing so far, the game runs surprisingly well. I'm using 900p with medium settings at FSR set to balance. You could definitely push the resolution to 1080p by switching over FSR to performance, but honestly, I don't think it's necessary. At 900p, the game already looks great and delivers a much more consistent experience. The biggest difference, however, comes when adjusting the TDP. At 17 watts, the game is definitely playable, averaging around 45 FPS, but that might sound perfectly fine to a lot of people, but the gameplay just doesn't feel quite as smooth as the frame rate actually suggests. It just feels a little sluggish and slowed down. Now, if you go ahead and increase the TDP to 20 watt manual mode, the performance does jump up a little bit to about 50 FPS, and while that may only be a 5-frame improvement, the overall experience feels noticeably more smoother and more responsive. If you're trying to balance battery life and performance, this is probably the sweet spot for you. Now, if battery life is not a concern or you're able to play plugged in, then definitely go ahead and switch over to 35 watt turbo mode. With these same settings, the game stays closer to about 60 FPS for most of the match, making it a more better overall experience. Now, the game can definitely go over 60 FPS, but I currently have my handheld locked at 60. So what you're seeing is just maxed on my ends. It could definitely go over if you wanted to. Now, out of all this, I did run into one major problem. It's when I first installed and launched the game. For some reason, it maxed out my CPU to 100% at 35 watts, and it only had about 7 FPS. It seemed as if the game wasn't going to work whatsoever, and it took about 5 minutes for it to actually fully load in. But like I said, it's an open beta, but if you just press play, let it load and give it its time, it will eventually fix itself. And as you see here, it is playing. Now, playing the first few matches, I did notice some stutters and some frame drops that weren't there after I've played those few matches. So I'm guessing some type of shader downloading in the backgrounds probably fixed itself. But after all that, I went ahead, closed the game, relaunched it, and those problems were not there anymore. So if you're trying to play this and you run into that same situation where it's just giving you a hard time and it's just lagging real hard in the intro scenes, just give it its time, let it load, and it should fix itself. So that's going to be it for this one. This was just a quick performance overview. If you happen to have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, like it, and I hope to see you on the next one.